welcome to the Think Share. My name's Zach, here to bring to the Think About, sharing about, talking about, listening to, reading about that doesn't belong in math class to make you the goodest version of yourself. Alright, that light's getting weird. The shadow is just kind of funny, but now whatever, you can see my face back. So one of the challenges I think all of us deal with all the time is deciding what priorities have over others. So I've been working on grading the geometry test that my students took last week. I know one of the pains of being a teacher, I think all teachers would probably agree with this, is grading. And at the same time, I know that it's fairly important for my students to be able to get them back so that they can do corrections and stuff, especially given the weekend coming up. And I'm going to be choosing grading these over sleep, and I chose other activities today as well over grading and sleep. Like I decided to play volleyball with a couple of my students today after their, I guess it was like their sort of year-end hangout / party for the volleyball team. So I think we're always weighing options, and I think one of the things that I've been really trying to come from on weighing my options are how will this impact the long run. And I think that the long run out of, say, playing volleyball is developing a relationship with some students that you're going to see for the next 4 years. That seems really valuable to me. I know part of the relationship is getting grades in. I mean, they're probably gonna remember me as either a slow or a fast grader, but at the same time, I don't know if how much that will impact you know, how they relate to me, right? I mean, you could probably still appreciate and have a good relationship with them, not even knowing that they are not the fastest grader as a teacher. So sometimes I definitely outweigh personal moments, like, you know, when a student's coming to me asking for help, rather than pushing them away and saying, hey, I got to get these grades done, I work with them. When students talk to me about, you know, can I get help on something, not school or math related, like oftentimes I talk with them about that instead of grading. There's a lot of different things I think we weigh, and I feel like sleep always comes last. And I'll be honest, I've had a hard time kind of finding a good medium, but I will say one thing is that oftentimes I do choose YouTube over some things. And you know, past couple nights, if for some of the people that have been watching consistently, is I've been streaming at like between 10 and 12. I've been making it one of the last things that I do at the day because I've been trying to get other things done. And I think I'm gonna be acting kind of fun. Like the other day, I think I'm sleep deprived enough that this was impacting me. The other day I was writing on the board. I was trying to write a 9. I think it happened 3 times that class. I was trying to write a 9 and I wrote a P. And I know that's often what people with dyslexia do. And I'm not dyslexic, but that was a real strange moment seeing a 9 come out of the marker on the board. So I know sometimes I don't know if I always make the right choices, and there really are no right choices as to when we weigh our options and our priorities, but I think that if we consider what the long term is, like, you know how people always say, you know, at the end of the day, what they really mean is at the end of the day, meaning when they die, at the end of their life, what will have made the most difference. And usually I'm trying to find things that are investing in the greater, bigger picture. And that's often why sometimes I don't do some things and I do other things. Now, sometimes I'm very human and or childish and do the fun thing right up front. But often I'm really trying to, when I'm logically thinking about things and weighing options, I'm usually thinking about the end of life game, not just the end of day game. So I invite you to consider when you prioritize things, when you are about to choose whether to do one thing or the other, like go play volleyball, get papers graded, go to sleep, which of those things are you weighing mostly? And oftentimes I let sleep decline, I think because my body somehow handles the lack of sleep that I do and doesn't really get sick. I think I've gotten a sore throat over the past, I don't know, like year. I've only called in sick one day, and it wasn't even because I was sick, it was because I was taking care of my wife. So I invite you to consider, what are the intentions that you lead with when you go to make your priorities? Are they end of life games, or are they end of day games? I don't know why I just said games, but end of day games, that's like what is urgent, but it might not be important. And sometimes I think if we look at the difference between urgency and importance, urgency is like those things that people are pressing on you, like grades are urgent, but important could be calling up a family member that you haven't talked to in a while, or it could be having a conversation that you haven't had with people. So really consider, when you go to prioritize things, is it urgent or is it important? And which one do you want to be coming from? There's no right answer. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you like this and or you gain something from it, share it with someone else or give it a like. Thank you for watching. Stay with humans. Good night.